Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. So today I'm going to be breaking down the official teaser trailer to Spider-Man No Way Home, as well as listing 10 things I noticed. So let's get into this. So the first shot of the trailer is clearly taking place in New York, right after Peter's identity was released to the world. The next shot is him and actress Paula Newsome, who will either be playing MJ's mom or Miles Morales' mom. It's uncertain at the moment, but the Twitter user Spiderman's World asked Paula, and she responded with a winky face emoji. So it seems like she'll be playing one of those roles. My guess is Miles Morales' mom. Anyways, they are on what looks like a bridge or a freeway, but my guess is a bridge from what we see later on in the trailer. In the next shot, we see Doctor Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, on top of a train in the mountains, clearly in a battle against someone, one of the Sinister Six, probably, or just demonstrating to Peter what he has done. The next shot shows us Spider-Man or Peter falling through the sky in a Doctor Strange sort of multiverse dimensional way, which might show us that the multiverse is now officially entangled with the MCU. Doctor Strange follows Peter down as he's falling. The next shot shows us the entire city falling inwards in that same way. Then it cuts to the title card. We then see Peter and MJ on top of a building, still probably in New York, a few months, maybe a year or two after his identity got released. Peter definitely looks older now, so it could have been a year, maybe a year and a half. MJ is reading off of a newspaper article, reading that Peter is believed to have hypnotizing powers to control women and make them fall in love with him, which might actually be true, given how both of his crushes have liked him back. Peter wants to stay on the roof of the building, which most likely because of everything he had experienced over the course of now and when his identity got released. The next shot shows us Peter and MJ swinging through New York and seeing a buttload of billboards and the same news report from the last movie. The next shot suggests Peter is being interrogated by federal agents, most likely FBI, since Peter has a history with them and him on that ferry. Cough cough. He's handcuffed to the table, but let's be honest, those won't keep him there. He's strong enough to lift 100 pounds of concrete, so with his bare hands, so he can sure as hell break some thin handcuffs. He's also in his pajamas, which would tell us that he was probably forced out of his home in the middle of the night. He then tells the FBI agents that he didn't kill Mysterio, which is 100% true and we know it. The FBI agents turn it on Peter and says the FBI agent turns it on Peter and says that he owns those drones that killed Beck. There's a slam on the desk with stacks of paper, and the music builds on that slam. I think the man that slammed those papers is actually Matt Murdock, so that'd be really cool if it is. Then we see MJ and Peter on a call, and she asks him if he's relieved with all of this, and what she means by this is that he doesn't have to lie to people anymore about why he disappears and how many secrets he has to hide. The next shot is outside of their high school, and there are crowds of people protesting against Peter and his friends. They all look ashamed and sad, which might imply that something may have happened to them, or something really bad happened altogether. You can also see Flash in the background of Peter, Ned and MJ. He now has dyed blonde hair, which definitely shows it has been a long time. Peter says that he never wanted to lie to MJ. Might be him telling her before Far From Home that he's Spider-Man. This is immediately confirmed though, but I sense a deeper subplot to this. We then see Peter and MJ on a bridge, which 100% confirms that this mini scene takes place right after the events from Far From Home, because we see MJ in the same clothes from the last movie. Peter is then walking through his school with all the students staring and taking pictures of him. The next shot, we see a confirmation to Peter being forced out of his home and sent to the FBI. We got confirmation of this because we can see Peter in his pajamas from the earlier interrogation scene, and the police lights also show that his home could get raided. Ned and Aunt May are then seen in police custody. Peter is then at his high school wondering what to do and how to fix his predicament, when he then sees Halloween decorations and one is of a wizard, and sees one of a wizard and then gets the idea to visit Doctor Strange in the Sanctum Sanctorum. We see Strange in a thicker winter coat, and especially strangely enough, we see that the entire sanctum is covered in ice and snow, which would suggest that the effects of the seasons is drastic there, or since Bruce Banner crashed down 5 years ago, or well, possibly even 7 years ago, it still be taking place. Next few shots we see Peter in a darker suit, and it looks more textured like the Sam Raimi suits. Peter then takes his mask off, trying to look around, and then someone points at something, and Peter sprints off to wherever that thing is. I think he's chasing someone or something, probably Electro, because Electro can move anywhere and anywhere where there's electricity, so that would say yeah. Right after that we get a jump cut to in the past when Peter gets exposed. He's trying to escape, trying so hard. It'll symbolize what he'll be feeling for the rest of his life. Peter then asks Strange if he could make it that so that no one would ever remember that he's Spider-Man. Then the fan favorite Wong tells Strange not to cast the spell because that it's too dangerous. Strange then lies to Wong, saying that he won't cast it, and then casts it anyways. Strange winks at Peter, and that obviously implies that he's lying, which is very bad now, and altogether is very weird because we've never seen Strange wink before. They both go down to a sorcery room, and Strange starts doing some weird spells. He starts making a spell that will make everyone forget that Peter is Spider-Man. Peter gets conflicted and only wants his close friends and Aunt May to know. Whilst doing this spell, Strange is concocting. It gets interrupted and ruined, opening what seems like the entire multiverse. In the next shot, we can see Peter jumping around inward, folding buildings and parks. Peter then starts falling from the sky, and we see Strange fly after him. The next scene cuts to a New York City police car, or a normal car, as well as some vans and cars nearby, and we see some people getting struck by yellowy orange lightning, which would definitely indicate that Electro is 100% back and he's in this movie from obviously what we know. This is probably a portal opening or sending a villain through, though. Probably one of the main Sinister Six people, like Green Goblin or Doc Ock. We then see Peter on top of a train surrounded by mountains and an angry Doctor Strange. Strange folds the car inwards around Peter, scaring him. Strange argues with Peter, saying that he's trying to live two different lives at once, and that is a problem. We then see Peter's astral projection getting pushed out of his physical body. We see shots of Peter and the Iron Spider suit on the bridge facing off with Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, then one with soldiers, and then one with Happy looking scared, surrounded by those same soldiers just a few frames ago. We then see a Green Goblin bomb from the Sam Raimi's Green Goblin, which is epic. The bomb falls to the ground and we hear evil echoey laughter. Hopefully William Dafoe. Then that bomb explodes. I am hoping that it is William Dafoe, but it might be somebody else. We do not know yet. We then hear a voice from what sounds like Mysterio or Strange, or telling him to be careful. We see Peter next to a car which is either MJ's mum's or Miles Morales' mum's. When we see Peter's spider sense activate, and we see and hear explosions, and a gigantic robotic tentacle hits the ground, and through the smoke we see Alfred Molina. He then says hello Peter.
Hello Peter.
And very much like he knows him. I think he could actually be talking to Tobey Maguire, and that the Marvel editors just put one scene of Doc Ock saying hello Peter together with Peter suiting up. That'd be really cool. Peter then activates his Iron Spider suit to get ready to fight him. I think that Marvel is definitely playing a trick on us, especially like what they did for Infinity War and Endgame, like just removing details. So Infinity War adding Hulk and Captain America and all the Wakandans running in a forest, and then in Endgame with Captain America and Thor's hammer. So which will definitely make the movie better, because everyone wants to see what it is. But anyway, guys, this has been my breakdown. Time to get to the 10 details I noticed. Detail number 1. When Peter's swinging through the city, MJ grabs his face when getting to a scary point in the swing. With his face still covered, Peter manages to avoid the billboard using his spider sense. Number 2. Usually, when Peter is nervous or lying, he tends to shake a bit, but in the scene where he's being questioned, the way he's telling the truth is that he isn't shaking and he isn't breaking eye contact. Number 3. In the comics, when people found out that Spider-Man was Peter Parker, he went to Mephisto for his help. We see someone holding a sign saying "Devil in Disguise." This is the 3rd time we've seen a reference to Mephisto. So we might actually see him now in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Hopefully we will. In number 4, Peter doesn't have to pretend to be a loner or a loser at school. Instead, when he's walking to go somewhere, he just walks normally, completely ignoring anyone and everything around him. Number 5, I already mentioned this, but the sanctum is already covered in snow because of the time that it's spent with a hole in the roof. You can actually see someone shoveling the snow. Good attention to detail by Marvel there. Number 6, when Peter is cornered by random New Yorkers, he is feeling overwhelmed and anxious and trapped. This foreshadows how we will always be feeling from now on. Number 7, when Peter asks for his help, Doctor Strange goes down to what looks like the old library or the doorway to the other sanctums. The thing about this place is that it's lost its warmth to it ever since Thanos' snap. Once again proving that it's still taking effect. Number 8, when Peter interferes with Strange's spell, you can see that the whole multiverse feels the effects of what Peter has done.
What just happened?
Number 9, when Peter and Strange are on top of that train in the mountains, it seems as though Strange has the ability to separate the multiple realities of this train, which is what we see there. There is also more than 5 of those trains, indicating that we will see the Sinister Six, 100%. Number 10, when the Green Goblin bomb explodes, you can hear the echoing sounds of his character. I think it's many different versions of him laughing at the same time, so that only one can get through, and hopefully it'll be the William Dafoe's one. But anyway guys, this is my teaser trailer breakdown and 10 details. If you agree with anything I've said in this video, or you have your own thoughts and opinions, then go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.